my couch last night. I started playing that. It was weird. It just came out. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
He didn't say we're live. He just made us. Mike. It is. Where's Mike? Good morning. Please stand and join us in singing our gathering song, One Light.
Heck yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Be seated and welcome to our Sunday morning celebration service. Glad to see you. And welcome to all who are watching on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, we generally have Tony and Irma, Justin, Phil, and Cheryl. And if you're there and I haven't said your name, either let me know it or I'll just say a general hi to you. Thank you for being here. On Facebook, we have Linda and Rogelio, and we have Andorra, and so far that's all I can see other than Jerry bilocating. So welcome to everyone else who is on Facebook. We're glad that you are here. And as always, we have with us a Joyful Noise Band and Choir. And our special music today features Sophia Denny-Campbell, Julia Vitable, and Audrey Noel, with our choir as well. Lydia. And I'd like to introduce our newest choir member, and that's Lydia Griggs.
Yeah, Lydia.
You weren't by the microphone, so I didn't think you were ready. Alrighty then. I just stepped on Doreen. She was supposed to. I asked her to introduce Lydia. Then I panicked that she forgot. So Lydia, everybody.
It didn't hurt at all, that stuff.
Okay. Good. Okay. And welcome to anyone who might be here for the first time, whether you are in the room or you are online. If you are here in the room for the first time and you feel comfortable and would like a welcome packet, please raise your hand and we'd be happy to give you a welcome packet. Here comes Ricky. Ricky, I don't think there's anybody new in the room. Maybe. All right, nobody? All right. If you are new in the room and haven't raised your hand and you would like a welcome packet, there are welcome packets on either side of the entry as you leave the sanctuary. You can feel free to pick one up, and so can anyone else who would like to either take a look at it if you haven't seen it in a while or maybe share it with a friend. And also, for those of you online, if you would like a welcome packet, you can email us at the address at the email below, admin@unityofstewart.org, and we'd be happy to send you a welcome packet. I'd like to invite everybody to silence their phones, if you would. I rarely remember to say that, but there you go. We invite you to gather in the kitchen after service. There's some treats, some conversation, and give us a chance to get to know you a little bit and for you to get to know us a little bit. And most importantly, I think, is that we are a welcoming, affirming, positive path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here, no exceptions. And you honor us with your presence, so thank you for being here. And we move into announcements. Coming up on September 26th is our Coffee House concert, and admission for that is $10, and doors open at 6:30. Music starts at 7 p.m. We have some good treats in the kitchen and great music. Turning it over to you, if you have anything you'd like to say.
It's a great way to spend a Friday night, so bring your friends.
Yes, so we recently did a survey, and one of the questions on the survey was, what would you invite your friends to? And a lot of the answers were coffee house. So invite your friends and come. If you haven't come to Coffee House. And if you'd like to invite a friend, that's a really good way to introduce someone, not to really Unity principles, but to Unity and our community as well, because it's church, but it's not church music. So come and join us for that on the 26th. Qigong today, and that slide once again is wonky, and however, it's today, and it's with Haysha Morta, and Haysha is here, and there you go, she's in the back there, you can tell, there you go, and so it's at noon in the classroom, and if you'd like to know, it's a little bit like Tai Chi, and this Qigong that Haysha is presenting is more for, I don't want to call it medical, but would you call it? Well-being in the body. And so if you're interested in that, you can meet Haysha in the classroom at noon. So thank you, Haysha. Small group ministry. We had our first small group gathering on Thursday night, and that was attended by, I think, 7. I'm 8. So we had great conversation about hope. And I think it was meaningful to everyone who attended. So coming up on September 25th, we're going to do it every 2 weeks. And so the next one is September 25th at 6 p.m. I don't know what the topic will be yet, because I'll tell you why. I had picked the topic for the first week, and it was balance. But then we had that very upsetting news on, I think it was Wednesday? And it was Thursday, at 10th or whatever. We know what upsetting news I'm talking about. And that's why I changed the focus to hope. And so I'm just going to keep my eye on what's going on in the world and try to meet us there. So September 26th, 5th at 6 p.m. That can't possibly be it. Here we go. And there's our board of directors. And our birdie of the day is Mary Claire, and she's back there in her pigtails and her green shirt. And Mary Claire is here just to hold space and to, just help you in any way that she can. And so if anything you'd like to chat with Mary Claire about, she'll be here holding that space. Thanks, Mary Claire. And there we have our prayer chaplains. And if I'm not mistaken, our prayer chaplains today are Bertha and Sue. I'm right, yay! Yeah. So Bertha and Sue are here, and you'll know them by their white stoles. They will be in the sanctuary after service to sit with you, to pray with you, and to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. So thank you both. Thank you, prayer chaplains. And alternatively, or as well as, you can email prayer@unityfstewart.org, and I make sure those go straight to the prayer box where our chaplains hold that in prayer. And then they get sent off to the mothership, the Silent Unity, outside of Kansas City in Lee Summit, and they hold them in prayer in the prayer chapel there. And you can also call the Silent Unity prayer line 24 hours, 7 days a week at that number there. I think that might be it for now. And so in light of the last few days, I wanted to share the good news that there is still sweetness and laughter and animals in the world. Let's take a deep breath. And our reading today. Dedication first. So, dedicating our time together to holding the high watch, to raising our vision. And I saw a meme on Facebook the other day. It essentially said, fine, I will raise my vision, but I might cuss while I'm doing it. So let's not dedicate our service to that. Let's dedicate it to holding the high watch. I welcome life as it comes, knowing I am guided by Spirit. I welcome life as it comes, knowing I am guided by Spirit. Life rarely unfolds exactly as I expect. Some days are full of delight, while others bring challenges I would not have chosen. In both, I remind myself I am not alone. Spirit is always present, guiding me through each moment. When I feel overwhelmed, I pause, breathe, and listen inwardly. Wisdom arises, reminding me that even the unexpected has something to teach me. Spirit's guidance steadies me when I feel uncertain and comforts me when I feel weary. I welcome what comes with openness, trusting that every experience has the potential to grow me in love, patience, and compassion. I do not need to control or resist life. I walk in step with Spirit. So today I release worry about what should be and lean into what is, confident that Spirit leads me in peace and purpose. And so here we are in this space, in this time together, in peace and in purpose, doing what is ours to do, aligning with Spirit, so that we may walk from this place holding the high watch. I welcome life as it comes, knowing I am guided by Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm our affirmation together. I welcome life as it comes, knowing I am guided by Spirit. And let's take a deep breath, and as fully as you are able to, just really take this affirmation and let it be who you are and guide what you do. Together. I welcome life as it comes, knowing I am guided by Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Before we sing, I want to just mention that, as always, if you see this array of instruments here, that means Doreen Pariba is leading our meditation with a vibrational voyage. And I also want to tell you that, God bless you, that she also does group vibrational voyages, and she's got 2 coming up, one on Friday and one on Saturday. And if you'd like to know what that's about, you can see Doreen after service. And with that, let's prepare for meditation by singing I Am One with God.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes and take in the sounds and vibrations of a mini vibrational voyage, very short compared to the ones I normally do outside of Unity. But it's enough to hopefully bring you more peace and harmony into your life and less stress.
And as we have co-created this space of vibration, of healing, of sweetness, I invite us to bring into our awareness all of those that are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stewart, and all of those that we hold in our minds and hearts this morning, seeing each one lifted up in that sweetness, in that love, in that hope, in the hope of a better world, in the hope of understanding and compassion. And if you'd like to speak names or situations out into this holy space, I invite us to do that now. And turning all over into the care of the mystery that we call God. I invite you to join me in praying this in the name, the nature, in the light, and in the love of that mystery. And so it is. Amen. Let's sing.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice. The sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too, the sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all us, singing with love and a will to trust. Leave the rest behind, it'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
Thank you. Give me a second, will you? This is the sound of one voice. We get to make a choice. We get to come together and do what is ours to do. I'll be with you in a second. One voice. Huh. Give me a second. I have to switch from that to a joke, believe it or not. A couple in their 90s. This is my favorite joke of all time. You may have heard it, but if you have, bear with me. A couple in their 90s are both having problems remembering things. During a checkup, the doctor tells them that they're physically okay, but that they might want to start writing things down to help them remember. And later that night, while they're watching television, the old man gets up from his chair and he says, "You want anything while I'm in the kitchen?" And she says, "Will you get me a bowl of ice cream?" He says, "Sure." And she says, "Do you think you should write it down so that you can remember it?" And he says, "No, I can remember it." And she says, "Well, I'd like some strawberries on top of that too. Do you think you should write that down so you don't forget?" And he says, "I can remember that. You want a bowl of ice cream and you want strawberries." She said, "I'd also like whipped cream. You'll probably forget that, so write it down." He says, "I don't need to write it down. I can remember it. Ice cream with strawberries and whipped cream. I got it, for goodness sake." Then he goes into the kitchen. After about 20 minutes, the old man returns from the kitchen and hands his wife a plate of bacon and eggs. She stares at the plate for a moment and then says, "Where's my toast?" Just to make you laugh today. Just to make you laugh. And as we have been talking, last week we talked about joy. We're looking at the week-long conversation between His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. It was captured in a book, The Book of Joy, subtitled Lasting Happiness in a Changing World by the author Douglas Abrams. So here's, these two guys, totally different traditions, and it really doesn't matter what our traditions are, what our backgrounds are. From the moment we're born, every single one of us wants to be happy. We want security, we want safety, we want happiness, we don't want to suffer. That's us in a nutshell. We seek happiness. And yet, we can get swayed by life's challenges, and happiness can seem out of our reach. But here's what I'd like us to think about today. Maybe the problem isn't that happiness is out of our reach. Maybe we're looking in the wrong direction. The Dalai Lama talks about it this way. Everyone seeks happiness, joyfulness, but from outside, from money, from power, from a big car, from a big house. Most people never pay attention to the ultimate source of a happy life, which is inside, not outside. It's truly worth paying attention to, right? When nearly everything around us promises fulfillment and happiness, if we buy more, if we achieve more, if we acquire more in our lives. And in contrast, the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop point us inward. So they describe in this book of joy the 8 pillars of joy, qualities of the mind and qualities of the heart that serve as a guide for facing life's struggles and discovering joy and happiness that actually lasts. And they are quickly perspective, humility, humor, acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, and generosity. So last week, we looked at the first 2 pillars. We looked at perspective and humility. And as just a one-sentence summation of that, perspective reminds us that this moment isn't the whole story. And humility reminds that the story isn't just about us. So, this week we're moving into the 2 more pillars, humor and acceptance. And it makes sense that they follow right after perspective and humility, because once we stop seeing through the narrow lens of me, life starts to loosen up. Laughter shows up. And when laughter shows up, when we can laugh about our lives, it's easier to accept what is happening. So today's about learning to laugh, to breathe, and to allow. So when's the last time you had one of those laugh attacks? The kind that you can't breathe, and just when you think it's done, it starts all over again? I remember the last time for me, and it was not that long ago. My older daughters and their families were visiting, and this was in August. And I won't recount to you the details of the story because you had to be there. But what I will tell you is it happened right in the middle of my 4-year-old grandson having an epic tantrum, which for the most part isn't generally a laughing matter. And because something happened and I started to laugh, and you can't laugh in the face of a child having a tantrum, I got up, removed myself from the room along with my daughter, my oldest daughter, who was laughing with me and at me. So those times of that deep belly laughter when you're crying because you can't get a hold of yourself, right? So that's a way that laughter comes in when we least expect it, right? I mean, when somebody tells you that they're going to tell you a joke, right? You're kind of expecting the laughter. But when something happens in that moment and all of a sudden it hits your funny bone, those laughter attacks are really fun, aren't they? Yeah. Can you think of something that you recently, you don't have to share it or anything or raise your hand, when laughter came right in the middle of something messy like that tantrum, and it suddenly changed the whole moment? The Book of Joy tells us something we already know in our bones, that laughter is healing, that laughter is holy. The Dalai Lama and the Archbishop Tutu believe humor is one of the pillars of joy. It's important that we're able to laugh in the world. Now, these are two spiritual leaders, one who's still living in exile, and one who moved and was instrumental in ending apartheid in South Africa. And yet they still laugh loud and long because they know that laughter isn't a detraction from joy, it's an essential ingredient of joy. You know, when we laugh, if you've met somebody in your life, and you know, they're just an acquaintance, and all of a sudden something happens in a conversation, and when you laugh together, right, differences fall away, right? Differences fall away, and suddenly we're not strangers anymore. We laugh at the same thing. Tutu says, laughter helps us see our common humanity. And that's why we're here, isn't it? That's why we're here in this space right now. That's why we're here doing this spiritual work. At least that's why I'm here. So that I can recognize my oneness in spirit, and I can recognize my oneness with all of you and all of the world and all of people who don't think like me or who don't look like me. When we laugh at ourselves, we're reminded that we are made of the same stardust as everyone else. We're not superior, we're not inferior, we're human. And humor doesn't just lighten us, it connects us. Science tells us that wholehearted laughter strengthens the immune system, lowers stress, and protects the heart. That might be the most natural prescription we've ever heard. Right? Who's that guy years ago? Cousins. Norman Cousins. Thank you, whoever that was. Is that you, Bertha? Norman Cousins. He had a diagnosis, and he just started watching funny movies and laughed and laughed and laughed. And I mean, I'm sure he's not on the planet anymore, but I think he had a healing there. Laughter is great medicine. I want to say something else about laughing with other people, or when people are laughing at themselves. It's be kind with your laughter, right? Be kind with your laughter. There's a kind of laughter that is at the expense of yourself or of someone else, and there's the kind of laughter that connects us. So I invite us to be aware of what the differences of those types of laughter are. Laugh at ourselves with kindness. When you mess up, let humor take the sting out. When life doesn't go your way, notice the absurdity instead of stamping your feet and fuming. Use humor to open doors, not close them. So what happens when laughter fades and the challenge is still there? That's where the fourth pillar comes in, acceptance. So people often, and I have in my past as well, confuse acceptance with passivity. If I accept it, I'm saying it's fine. That's not so. Acceptance is simply facing reality as it is instead of fighting with it. It's looking at life saying, this is what's happening. Now what? This is what's happening. Now how shall I live in and through this? How do I activate my spiritual nature to deal with this? There's a Buddhist teaching that tells the story of the second arrow. The first arrow is whatever life throws at us. Loss, illness, disappointment. That one hurts. The second arrow is our reaction. This shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening? Why me? This isn't fair. And sometimes, a lot of times, that second arrow hurts more than the first one. And here's the good news. The second arrow is optional. Brené Brown says it this way. There's what happens, and then there's the story we tell about it. And from my perspective and in my life, the more we tell that story, the more we shoot ourselves with that second arrow, the more the disappointment or the illness or whatever it is lingers, because we keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And so we don't accept things as they are, we fight them. And we get even more wounded. Have you ever noticed yourself firing that second arrow? Layering judgment or blame on top of what's already hurting? Here's the thing. When we drop the second arrow, it paves the way for humor and acceptance to bring us back to center. Humor says, don't take yourself too seriously. Acceptance says, don't take life's challenges too personally. And humor loosen ego's grip on us, so that the way that we think about ourselves. So I'll just talk about, I'm the minister, right? I have to show up, together, and I can't ever be angry or resentful or petty or anything like that. And that's the thing that's the mask that obviously I don't wear it, but I could wear it, right? So I would invite us to look at the masks that we wear and to be able to look beneath that and see the humor in our lives and see our humanness in our lives so that we can laugh at ourselves. When we couple humor with acceptance, we gain resilience. Think of someone who can laugh even when life is tough. Not because they're naive, but because they've made peace with reality. That person radiates joy, yeah? They're not weighed down, they have a lightness about them. Sufi poet Hafiz said, "What we speak becomes the house we live in. Why not fill it with laughter?" What we speak, what we hold, becomes the house we live in. Why not fill it with what we want? And beloved Unity teacher Eric Butterworth said, "Life is lived from within out, not from without in. Laughter and peace are not caused by circumstances. They are chosen." They're chosen. So how do we live into those pillars this week? Watch something silly. Laughter is medicine. Take the dose you need. Watch something silly. I didn't do that this week, but I did do something else when the news came down about Charlie Kirk, and I was thrown for a loop. And instead of staying online trying to, who's the guy? They're going to catch the guy. What's the political persuasion of the guy? What's going to happen to this world? This is all of the things that maybe ran through your head as well. I thought, okay, I got to get out of this space. So I watched the movie The Martian with Matt Damon. He's one guy alone on Mars, right? And he's just had to figure out how to get off of, if you haven't watched it, it's like a really silly plot. Who gets stranded on Mars, right? And it's so good. It's such a good movie, The Martian. But that's where I turn, so I could distract myself and bring myself into this space of somebody who was very capable of doing what he needed to do. And the science, apparently, in that movie is real, not for nothing. And it just lifted me up to a place that I needed to be and took me out of the place that I didn't want to be anymore. So, watch something silly, watch something that gives you hope. Laughter is medicine. And practice acceptance. The next time you catch yourself saying, this shouldn't be happening, just pause a minute and say something like, well, this is happening. Can I respond with love? This is happening. I have a choice here. How do I want to respond for my highest good, for the highest good of the situation? And practice both together. Something goes wrong, smile instead of cuss. Acceptance says, okay, this happened. Humor says, is it a little bit funny? Just to be aware of the choices that we have in our lives. Think of all the energy that you spent resisting life, resisting what is, fighting traffic, shaking your metaphorical fists at the weather, stewing over other people's quirks. What if even a fraction of that energy was redirected into laughter, into compassion, or creativity? Think of all the heaviness you might be carrying just by thinking life should have turned out differently. What if you simply set that heaviness down and said, this is where I am? And Spirit is here too. This is where I am. So humor and acceptance doesn't erase pain, but they help us move through it without getting overwhelmed. There's a story of Desmond Tutu during apartheid. After being insulted publicly, he laughed, and he later explained, if I didn't laugh, I would weep. And if I wept too long, I might despair. So I laughed to keep my soul alive. That wasn't denial. That was fierce acceptance. He knew what was happening. He knew it was wrong. But he also knew that joy is an act of resistance. Laughter kept the despair from swallowing him. I'm going to say that again. Joy is an act of resistance. And it's not just the resistance to what's going on in the outer, it's the resistance to what we keep thinking about, all the things we turn over in our minds. Joy is an act of resistance. Unity teaches that thoughts help shape our reality. Hold resentment, we get more of it. Hold empathy, we get more of that. We can resist, or we can align with Christ consciousness. And when we align, we lighten up, and we have a space for joy, and a space for healing, and a space for wholeness. Humor doesn't trivialize suffering, it helps us endure it. Acceptance doesn't mean liking everything. It means making peace so we can respond wisely. And together they keep us open to Spirit in every moment. So this week, may laughter keep you light, and may acceptance keep you steady as you walk with Spirit. I claim this truth for each and every one of us. Namaste. And we are moving into our celebration of abundance. And there are all the ways that you can give to Unity of Stewart. Those of you who are online, it is underneath the video, and it is also always pinned to the top of our Facebook page. And on YouTube, you can go to unityofstewart.org and click donate. And we want to let you know, on behalf of everybody, I'm going to include all y'all that are here, everybody that is in this room, everybody that is online, thank you. Thank you for your gifts. They keep us being able to be here and doing this work. And thank you particularly to all consistent givers, because when you become a consistent giver, you never have to worry about forgetting to keep Unity of Stewart in your prayers and in your financial gifts. Let's affirm our prosperity prayer and our love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs of Unity of Stewart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing about it. have some more announcements. Book group with Marlis is on to a new book. It's The Seat of the Soul, and that's on Tuesdays. I think it's from 1 to 3 p.m. Is it to 3 p.m. or is it till 2:30? Oh, that's totally wrong. It's 1:30 to 3, 1:30. All right, there we go. And for the Spirit Circle, the last Sunday of the month, we're going to show the documentary based on the book that we're studying, Mission Joy. So that'll be in the sanctuary on September 28th at noon. So come and join us for that. And I want to, this first announcement for this, you may have seen it on Facebook. On October 19th, we are once again hosting the Holistic Coalition Wellness Fair here at Unity of Stewart. And that is October 19th from 12 to 4. 20-plus vendors, including Doreen Pariba with Sound Healing, and Tess Tetrault, who is Angel Healing and Reiki, and they will both be here, along with Sophia Denning-Campbell with a Flow Star demonstration.
Oh, yes.
Well, she's going to show you right now. I'm going to, oh no, I was going to, okay.
Look at that thing go. Magical. Make a pizza? Heck yeah, I bet you could make a pizza.
She'll also teach, she's going to bring some more stars. She'll teach you if you want to learn a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sophie. All right, that was fun for me. I don't know about you. All right, and also, we're having a table there, and I'd like that table to be personed. So I invite anybody who, we're going to give out, we'll probably have some little gifts. We'll give out information about Unity. We're going to be selling water. And so sign up at the information table for an hour shift at our Unity table. 2 people per hour. It's only 4 hours. So sign up, and you can talk to people about Unity if you like. And finally, our hospitality and usher team always need new members. And so I invite you to just search your heart and how you might wish to serve Unity of Stewart on a Sunday. Let's invite our kiddos in. Our kiddo? How's it going, Miss Jen?
Going great. Going well, going good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So today, our lesson was about our inner light, and we talked about situations in life that blow our candle out. And we talked about ways we can reignite that candle, reignite that light, which never really goes out, but reigniting that light in powerful ways, seeking out connecting socially, doing something physical, harvesting fostering our emotional well-being by prayer and meditation, or talking about our feelings, and what else? Oh, doing something to gain our intelligence, reading a book, listening to a podcast, and connecting to spirit. So we talked about lots of different ways and tools to brighten our light up when it's feeling like it's not so bright.
Thanks, Miss Jen. Anything else?
Welcome. That is it.
All right, let us bless our kiddos here and there in song. We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We hold the prize in you. And so it is. And let us close with a prayer for protection and the peace song together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. Let's sing.